For more tips and tricks, don't forget to hit that button and subscribe. Also, ring the bell so you can get notifications anytime I have new videos. Welcome to Paulstoolbox. I'm Paul Ricalde, and today I'm going to cover Raptor Bedliner. This stuff is incredible. I don't work with them, but I'll tell you what, I've been so impressed with it that I will be doing a lot more projects. You will see this down the line. I sprayed my bed cover 2.5 years ago. And for those who follow my channel, you know I've been out of doing videos for a good little while because I had a lot of problems. I had cancer surgery, heart surgery, all in 21 back to back. Had heart surgery and then found out I had cancer again right after that. So I had some other complications going along. So it was a little rough 3 years for me. But I sprayed this 2.5 years ago and it still looks awesome. I did not film it because I wasn't able to really speak well. I was having trouble thinking. Now that I got my mind clear, I went back and realized that I did have some footage of this. I shot it just to keep it for myself because I wasn't going to film it to show, but I'm able to narrate some of the stuff and you'll get the good gist of it. You'll see exactly how this is done and how well it works. You will need the gun if you don't have the gun with the kit. When I sprayed this, there are some things that you really need to know. Not hard. All I did was go to their site, and I'm going to leave you that link because it's very informative. I looked up the recommended CFM for this because I wanted to make sure my compressor could handle it. I didn't have my upright at the time. I had a small 15-gallon Sears compressor. It only has 4.5 CFMs at 40 PSI. When it got down at 40, or I felt like it was getting low, I stopped, let it catch up a little bit, and then spray it again. I had no trouble at all. When I looked on the internet, it was recommended to use 8 CFMs at 50 to 60 PSI, which is a much more powerful compressor. Of course, they recommend a higher rating and they want to be safe. But I'm just telling you, I shot mine at a lower rating and I had no problems. You can use alcohol. I like to use 91% alcohol a lot of times when I wipe things down. Put it on a rag, just go over it. That way it's clean. You have to take it and mix it. 3 parts color and 1 part hardener. This is your piece. You spray evenly. Go across like this. When you have an upright, a bar or anything like that, you're going to stay the same distance. You come down and you do this. So what I did was I came around my whole edge and I sprayed from a little bit lower because I didn't want to spray it all on the top and then have to go do the top. Sprayed it a little bit lower all the way around. Got that done. Then I came back and sprayed my top. When I did it, I couldn't reach the whole middle all the way in there because this is a bed cover and it was a little high on my table. So I had to reach over. When I reached over, I'm a little bit on an angle. They don't recommend that. But sometimes you have to do it. When you spray, just as long as you keep it even and don't keep pulling your trigger. Keep your trigger down. Just keep going back and forth. Off the workpiece, back. Off the workpiece, back off the workpiece on this end. That way, you're constantly having a nice, even flow. If you have a mistake and you miss, you can just come back and touch it. Don't worry. It's a lot easier than you think. You're not going to overlap it by a lot. You'll just overlap. I overlapped maybe a ½ inch or so. And if you go a little further than that, no big deal. But you don't want to overlap it heavy because then you'll get these tiger stripes. And you'll see it when you're spraying. It may look like a little tiger stripe because it's shinier in that spots where you're spraying. Don't worry about that unless you have heavy stuff. But I'm going to tell you how to fix it in a minute, even if you have that. So you spray it along. You get your whole piece done. After it's done, it starts drying and those tiger stripes usually disappear. But what you do after is give it a dust coat. A dust coat is when you back off and you just fan it, okay? So I'm way away from it, maybe 3 feet over it, 4 feet over it, probably 3 feet. And I'm just spraying like this all across the top and it's dusting all over and that evens things out. So let's get started and you can see me spraying this and you'll see exactly how it came out. Use 180 grit sandpaper to get this to grip. If you're spraying it on something else, that 180 grit is going to scuff it and give you a surface for it to grip on. In my case, the bare fiberglass, everywhere where I went down deep, I primed it. I bought this gun. It's a Spectrum. I bought it from Harbor Freight. Don't deal with Harbor Freight. But I love this gun. I bought it for $100. I think the normal price is $150 and you get them on sale. When you spray with this or this, you want to make sure you have a water separator. You can buy one cheap online. Buy it at Harbor Freight if you want. I had one on my compressor, so I didn't worry about it. You want to have a water separator because water getting in there when you're spraying is a real no-no. Very inexpensive. I think I got this one for like $6 to add on to my guns. Now, I bought this gun, like I said, for spraying some automotive stuff, and I love it. It's an awesome gun, but you don't need this one. I bought this one at Home Depot. It's a Husky, and this one came with 2 different tips, and it sprays real well. It sprays just as good as I need it to. I'm not painting custom cars, so I don't need a $500 gun. This works fine. And actually, with this one, I've painted my tailgate on my other truck because I got rear-ended, and it came out perfect. I set my gun at 2830 PSI. This is a base coat I sprayed on it. And I did 3 coats of base coat. You can go down to your neighborhood paint supply, automotive paint, and they will mix it for you if you want. Put the reducer all in it, and you can have the can of whatever color you want. And that base coat will last a long time. The clear, you have to mix the hardener in yourself. Now, I came back with clear, 3 coats of clear to do my emblem. I wanted to make sure this thing was really nice and sealed, and it looks awesome. I'm pretty pleased with it. Too bad I couldn't speak well at the time because I would have explained it all. But actually, in hindsight, it's better because you will see how this looks now, 2.5 years later. I wanted to put a little weight on it so it didn't flutter where I don't have the tape. I wanted to make sure when I put the air pressure on there that I didn't get any seepage underneath the stencil. Well, that's it for now. If you guys don't mind, please hit like and drop a comment. If you have questions on how to mix the paint, because I didn't cover some of that with the base coat, clear coat, or anything like that, let me know in the comments below, or go to Paulstoolbox.com and let me know, because I can put additional little videos showing how to do this if enough people are interested in it. Or if anyone is interested in it and they want to know, I'll put something together so you will see exactly how this is done. They have a lot of guys on YouTube that really know painting, and they're better than me at automotive painting, but I can show you simple ways to use this because I'm a DIYer that taught myself how to do it, and it works. So if you don't mind, check out Paulstoolbox.com. I also have a lot of giveaways that are going to be coming up because a number of companies are jumping on board with me to give away different tools and different products. Make sure you check out Paulstoolbox.com. On the front page, on the home page, you scroll down to the very bottom and join my newsletter. All you have to do is put in your email and your name, and I can get in touch with you if you're a winner. And we're going to have a gallery page set up, so when you do a project and you want to post it on there, you can, and we can have interactions that way. So make sure you check out Paulstoolbox.com, and I'll see you guys on the next project.